Interactive voice systems handle over 50 billion customer service calls every year in the US alone. That's nearly 140 million conversations with robots happening every single day. But here's what fascinates me. Most people don't realize these systems are now sophisticated enough to detect our emotions and even predict why we're calling.
That's such an intriguing point about emotional detection. How exactly do these systems pick up on our feelings?
Well, it's actually quite sophisticated. Modern IVR systems analyze everything from voice pitch and speaking speed to the specific words we choose. For example, when someone's frustrated, they tend to speak more quickly and at a higher pitch. The system picks up on these subtle cues just like a human would.
So that explains why some systems now route angry customers directly to senior representatives.
Exactly right. And here's what's really interesting. Studies show that companies using emotion detection, IVR, see a 25% increase in successful call resolutions. But let's back up for a moment and break down what's actually happening when we interact with these systems.
Welcome to Technically You, where we simplify the complex and decode the digital.
It's funny how we change our weekly opening line. Well, listeners, today's episode will be especially relatable because we're talking about something we've all experienced: interactive voice response, or IVR.
Exactly. Whether checking your bank balance, rescheduling a flight, or navigating a tech support line, chances are you've interacted with an IVR system. But what's behind that friendly or sometimes robotic voice? Let's break it down. So what is IVR?
IVR is an automated telephony system that interacts with humans via voice and keypad tones. It allows callers to access information, make transactions, and route themselves without talking to a live agent.
Think of it as a smart, programmable phone menu that can integrate with back-end systems. At a basic level, it plays recorded prompts and takes inputs via touch tone, DTMF, dual tone multi-frequency, or voice.
A great example: when you call your bank, the IVR might authenticate you, pull up your account details via API or application programming interface integration, and read out your balance. All before you talk to a human, if you even need to.
It's a massive efficiency booster. But to really understand the power of IVR, let's dig into the components and talk about how IVR systems work.
IVR systems sit at the intersection of telecom, software, and database systems. Here's a simplified flow. A customer dials in. A telephony server, voice over IP or PSTN, connects the call. The IVR engine plays a pre-recorded or TTS text-to-speech message. Caller responds using DTMF tones or voice. The system routes, responds, or pulls data via APIs.
The tech stack includes IVR software platform like Genesis, Avaya, Twilio, Five9, media servers to handle call flows, speech recognition engines like Google Speech or Nuance, application servers for logic and integration, databases, CRMs to personalize interaction, and increasingly AI for intent analysis and automation.
Modern IVRs use natural language processing to go beyond menu trees. For example, instead of press 1, the system can interpret, "I'd like to cancel my reservation."
It's dynamic and personalized. A well-designed IVR can query internal systems in real time, like checking inventory, tracking packages, or even submitting service tickets.
There are two core IVR architecture models: static IVR, pre-programmed simple decision trees. Dynamic IVR integrates with back-end systems, dynamically generating responses.
Designing IVR flows is both an art and a science. Best practices include keeping menu options short, ideally under 5, offering quick access to a live agent, supporting natural language input, using barge-in functionality, interruptible prompts, and, this is key, measuring abandonment and containment rates.
Containment rate refers to how many callers complete their task within the IVR system without needing an agent. High containment equals cost savings.
Now to the why. Why is IVR necessary? For businesses, IVR brings several major benefits. Scalability. Handle thousands of calls simultaneously. 24/7. Availability offers services outside normal hours. Cost savings. Fewer agents needed for routine inquiries. Data collection. Collect caller data before escalation. Customer routing. Get callers to the right agent or department faster.
It also improves compliance and auditability. Every interaction can be logged, analyzed, and stored for QA or regulatory needs.
And when integrated with CTI, computer telephony integration, IVRS can pass caller info to live agents, reducing average handle time, AHT.
Let's go industry by industry on what IVR provides. Banking, balance checks, fraud alerts, and loan applications. Healthcare, appointment scheduling, prescription refills. Retail, order status, loyalty program lookups. Airlines, flight status, rebooking, frequent flyer info. Utilities, outage reporting, bill payment, usage inquiries.
And now IVRs are being extended to voice bots, a more conversational version using AI and cloud platforms like Amazon Lex and Google Dialogflow.
Of course, we've all had bad IVR experiences. Common complaints include too many options, repetitive menus, no clear path to speak to a human, poor voice recognition, being asked for the same information multiple times.
That's often due to poor UX design or a lack of integration. A disconnected IVR can feel like a maze instead of a helpful guide.
The solution? Use predictive IVR, leveraging customer data to anticipate needs. For example, if you just made a payment, the IVR might say, "Are you calling about your recent payment?"
So what's next? Here's where it gets exciting. AI-powered conversational IVR. Sentiment analysis to detect frustration and escalate faster. Omnichannel IVR that continues from SMS or web to voice. Visual IVR on smartphones, where users tap instead of listen. And biometric voice authentication.
IVR is becoming smarter, more contextual, and more human. The end goal? A seamless, frictionless customer experience that blends automation with empathy.
To sum it all up, IVR is more than just a press one system. It's an essential business tool that, when implemented well, streamlines operations and improves customer satisfaction.
And as AI and speech tech evolve, IVRs are no longer static call menus. They're smart, responsive, and integral to digital transformation.
Thanks for tuning in to Technically You. Be sure to subscribe and leave us a review if you found today's episode helpful. And remember, next time you hear, "Your call is important to us," just know a lot of tech is working hard behind the scenes to prove it. As always, stay connected and stay curious.